And at this time, I would just invite everyone to self-introduce, and then we will get into the actual agenda, which we trust everyone has a copy of. So who would like to kick us off? I guess we have a couple of veteran College Advisory Board members up here, so it would be great if one of our veterans could kick us off.
Sid, do you want to go first?
For sure, yeah, I guess I can start. So my name is Sid Subramanian. I am a junior currently at Wake Forest University. The scenery looks a bit different. It's night over here. I'm studying abroad in Salamanca, Spain right now, but I'm gonna do my best to stay in touch with what's going on with the College Advisory Board in the fall, and I'll be back on campus in the spring. So I'm just a biochem and Spanish major, and I joined the College Advisory Board last semester, and I served, well, basically as the head position as the chair for that year. And so yeah, it was definitely a good experience. I'm glad to be back.
Sid, thank you so much for joining us all the way from Spain and in the middle of the night.
Yeah, it's 10 o'clock
effort, right?
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
I am Kelly Morrison. You see Curry on the screen, but my name changed. I am a senior at Salem College. I served as the secretary last year, both semesters. Sid was our president both semesters, and I will be here both semesters this year. And I'm hoping to bring on a couple of other Salem College students who will be here after I'm gone next year. And I am majoring in pre-med, and I have a minor in professional writing.
Welcome back, Kelly. And if we could, Kelly, could we have you to toss to the next person? And then once that person has gone, we'll ask you to toss to another person who is not self-introduced. But yes, could you please state your name, your school, your major, and anything else you'd like to share? You're on mute. You're on mute.
I'm going to toss to Summer since she was one of the early arrivals.
Hello, everyone. I'm Summer Brown. I'm a teaching major. My concentration is secondary grades English at Winston-Salem State University, and I'm very excited to be here.
Welcome, Summer. And who would you like to toss to?
I'm going to toss it to Asia.
Hi, y'all. I'm Asia Melton. I am a senior at Winston-Salem State University. I'm a political science major and a business minor with a concentration in public administration, and I am also excited to be here.
Welcome, Asia. And who would you like to toss to?
I will toss it to Nathan.
Hi, everyone. My name is Nathan Huang. I'm a junior at the Early College of Forsyth. So I'm dual enrolled at Forsyth Tech, and I'm also excited to be here.
Awesome. Welcome, Nathan. And who were you tossing to?
Osir.
Hi, my name is Osir Black, and I'm also a Early College Forsyth student. I'm a senior, and I'm getting my degree in Associates of Arts.
Awesome, Osir. Welcome.
Thank you.
And who would you like? And thank you for joining us from your car. That's awesome. I love this. I love it. So who would you like to toss to?
I guess Joseph, if that's the last one.
Hey, everybody. I'm Joseph Cox. I'm a senior political science major and Spanish minor at Winston-Salem State University. And this is my first year on the Winston-Salem College Advisory Board, and I also serve as the HCA Attorney General at Winston-Salem State University.
Thank you so much, Joseph, and welcome to you as well. And everyone got to self-introduce, correct? Oh, Jamie, did you want to say anything else? I kind of introduced you, but you didn't get to self-introduce, so.
That's quite all right. I am Jamie Waldeck. I am the Senior Outreach Analyst for the Human Relations, Diversity, Equity, Inclusion Department. I will be the person who sends you all your emails and receives your emails when you ask for excused absence, which I do have one. So I'm going to go ahead and let you all know we do have another representative from Wake Forest University, which is Rebecca Lassiter, and she is unable to attend today's meeting.
Thank you, Jamie. All right. And so we're just going to move on down the agenda, and we really want you all to know that once again, this is a great responsibility that you have, great in terms of important and great in terms of full of potential. Because what the whole purpose of the College Advisory Board is to bring university and college students together to network and to address issues that pertain to college and university students here in Winston-Salem. And so in the past, those issues have touched on public relations, they've touched on public safety, they've also touched on transportation and even off-campus housing. And so there are different things that the city could really help you all with in terms of making sure that your voice, your collective voice, is being heard. And so again, as I mentioned at the outset, you are an extension of the Winston-Salem City Council and the mayor. That's what this is. And so we want you to really take advantage of this opportunity. And I know that probably most, if not all of you, may be able to say that you're not originally from Winston-Salem, and that's okay. But as college students, you still have, I'm sure, opinions about some of the things that go on, not only on your respective campuses, but also here in Winston-Salem as a community. And so this is the platform to be able to raise those issues and to network and brainstorm with others who are members of the College Advisory Board on things that city government can do to maybe support you or maybe help to address some of the issues that you're seeing. And when I say issues, they don't have to be negative issues. They could be things that perhaps you'd like to enhance, because the overarching purpose of the College Advisory Board also includes recruitment and retention. And what that means is once you all graduate, because several of you are seniors, so once you graduate, how can we keep you here in Winston-Salem? How do we retain you? What can we do so that we can support you with finding the type of job opportunity that you may want? And so those are the things that we want you all to really think about. And actually with the College Advisory Board, this group has been instrumental in helping to identify potential internships with city government. We have had a couple of people, I think, from our College Advisory Board over the past few years who went on to intern with our department. And one recently was hired to work with our department. And so let me tell you a little bit about the department. The Human Relations DEI department is really responsible for making sure that civil rights-based protections are given to everyone in our local community. And so we make sure that there is fair housing opportunity. So make sure there's no housing discrimination. And if there is, we want to know about it so that we can investigate it. We also investigate claims with landlords and tenants. So for instance, if you're a tenant and you're having a problem with your landlord, or even vice versa, we investigate and we mediate those types of claims. But we also enforce discrimination laws that are local programs. But any questions about anything that I've mentioned or anything that you've heard up until this point? Jamie, did I forget anything?
No, I think that covered a lot. We may just want to spell out the 3 committees, which I think is next on the agenda anyway. And if Sid or Kelly would want to lead that, and then I'd be happy to fill in if you need help with that.
Yeah, we've kind of jumped around. I know they've already touched on personal experiences. I talked about activities and programs, and we kind of jumped around. So yeah, we can touch on that and maybe talk about officers and elections. Interested in that. So Sid, Kelly, want to talk about the committees?
Sure, I can go for it. We had a public relations committee, a government committee, I believe, and I think the last one was related with community building, but I'm just trying to make sure I remember correctly. So it just what we kind of had last year was that we had 3 individuals kind of take leadership positions, right, in these 3 committees. And I guess, well, we did have a bit of a problem with retention, because that's why retention is so important. We need to have consistent progress in those committees. So somebody would volunteer to be kind of directing that initiative, and then plan for collegiate talks, for example, with the Winston-Salem Police Department, work on preparing our annual agenda to present to City Hall. So there are a bunch of different obligations that fall under each of those committees, and that's why we have a good opportunity in this meeting, which is similar to what we did at the same time last year, which was kind of having people take individual leadership roles in each of these areas, which are basically our main 3 focuses. I'm not sure, Kelly, if you can expand a little bit on the aims of each committee.
I think you've covered it pretty well as an outline of what each committee is. The Government Relations Committee would meet with the City Council a couple of times over the year, not just at the end of the year when we do our annual report. So we want them to be engaged in City Council meetings. We do have some community events that we can get engaged in. And I'm not sure as far as public relations where that one will take us this year, but it would be wonderful to actually have leadership in each one of those committees that can make this a reality and hang with us until the end of the school year, and mentor someone else, so that you've got somebody that's going to step in and be available next year if any of you are seniors, and pull them along with you, so that next year when I'm gone, and Sid, I think you said you're a junior, so you'll be back maybe next year.
Yep, I'll be here I have another 2 years left.
It's always nice to have your replacement.
I'll be happy to give a little more information about public relations. We do have 2 newsletters that come out from our boards, our College Advisory Board and our Youth Advisory Council. So we'll have a fall newsletter and a spring newsletter. So the public relations just helps gather that. We don't ask if somebody is willing to write an article. They don't have to necessarily be on the public relations committee. That public relations committee is just, they're going to be the ones that really gather the articles. If they want to design the newsletter, that's very much welcomed. If not, we'll just have a deadline and you'll get those articles and pictures to me, and I'll compile the newsletter. So that's really what public relations is for. Now, if you all are working on an annual project and you need some publicity and stuff, then you would, kind of work with the public relations team on that too.
I would also recommend that if you don't know who your advisor is, or someone that you need to run anything past them when you get ready to publish your articles, that you find out who that person is now before we need the information for the newsletter, because we don't want to keep pushing the newsletters out. We had some difficulties last year, both semesters, getting information and making sure that it was okay to share it with the community. So need to find out who your sponsors are, so that if there's any kind of a process you need to go through with approval before you submit your article, you've got that all lined up and ready to go.
Thank you, Kelly. Jamie, were you going to add anything?
I think that's good. I think they cover the community relations. Committee sometimes takes a lead on our annual project, depending on what that looks like for the year. And also just make sure that you're bringing community projects to the team and looking at things, how the group can support our community.
Thank you. And in years past, everyone, the College Advisory Board has had the Collegiate Trust Talks as its annual project. And the Collegiate Trust Talks is actually, it is a community relations program. So meaning that they worked with the police department to work directly with college students on issues that college students had that would be, I guess, enforceable by the Winston-Salem Police Department. So in other words, there could be things like that you saw on campus or in the community, things that I know in the past they've talked about: date rape, parking violations, all kinds of things. And even racial profiling, you know, it just depended on what really was going on at the time in not just the community, but in the nation. And so this year you're going to have a very unique situation in that our former police or current police chief will soon be our former police chief, because she retires in December. And it could be, I don't know if we'll have a new chief on board before the school year is over or not, but it could be that if we do, that may be something that would be of interest to the College Advisory Board, to actually have that person kind of profiled or highlighted at one of the collegiate trust talks, so that it would be more of an engaging Q&A type of thing. But I just wanted to throw that out there to you, because we really don't know what the timeline is for hiring the new police chief at this point. But I did just want to put that out there to you, because usually the collegiate trust talks would be held in the spring. So usually around March or April. But just FYI. So again, we're just throwing some of the old ideas out there to you, trying to get you to kind of jumpstart your thinking with some projects or ideas that you may have, that you may want to see handled or tackled or addressed in some manner by the College Advisory Board during this year. Okay, so I know it's a lot of information, try not to overwhelm you, but I just wanted to give you a feel for what this is all about and what the CAB has focused on in years past. And so I know we have up next on the agenda officers. So after hearing all that you've heard from the veteran CAB members and from Jamie and me and everyone else, what do you think? Is anybody interested in possibly being an officer? Meaning you could be the chair of CAB, vice chair, which of course is important as well, because you would fill in when the chair cannot be present, the secretary, and then also we need people to lead the 3 committees that were mentioned earlier. So anybody interested in taking on one of the leadership roles?
I'm interested.
Awesome, awesome. So what we're going to do, this might be easier, except for those of you who may be driving. I know one of you might be, but put in chat, if you don't mind, your interest, if you're interested in a particular position. And again, that's chair, vice chair, secretary, and then also if you'd like to chair a committee. And remember, the committees were government relations, community relations, and public relations. Public relations, working with the newsletters and all of that. Community relations, you're going to be working on projects, you know, things that CAB decides to tackle. And then, of course, government relations, you're going to make sure that anything that we need to report to the city council and the mayor, that we get that done in a timely fashion. And so the chair and vice chair and secretary is for the entire College Advisory Board. And so for the committees, if somebody wants to be chair, that's fine. And then maybe you could have co-chairs if 2 people are interested in the same committee. But we don't have officers for the committees, so it's only going to be chair, or you may be co-chairs. And if you're interested in being a chair, please indicate chair of what. Is it a particular committee, or is it for CAB overall? Chair, vice chair, secretary is for the whole CAB. And Jamie, I think you're probably keeping up with that. So I'm going to turn it over to you to kind of facilitate that. And while Jamie's looking at that, I'm going to go ahead and jump ahead a little bit in the interest of time. Just a reminder, well, not reminder for you all, but to let you know that we do have a high school race relations forum. It doesn't say high school on the agenda, and it should, but it's the high school race relations forum that will be held on Thursday. This coming Thursday, it will be virtual at 6:30. And that we strongly encourage you all to attend, check it out, because it'll give you some ideas too, perhaps, for how you may want to move forward with CAB on some things that could be similar. Also, we will have the International Village Food and Music Festival. That will be held on October the 15th at Corpening Plaza, which is downtown Winston-Salem. And usually we have volunteers from the College Advisory Board who are there. It's a lot of fun. We have food trucks, we have musical performances, we have fashion shows, and they're all cultural. And so it is a lot of fun. And so we give you a t-shirt, and we may feed you while you're there. So if you would like to volunteer, we will welcome you with open arms if you'd like to volunteer at International Village. But again, that's a food and music cultural festival featuring culture such as from countries such as Jamaica, Mexico, Ethiopia, China, and so forth. All kinds of cultures represented. So I bought a little bit of time, Jamie.
I have a question.
Oh, yes. Go ahead.
The festival that you're talking about, do you know what time it starts?
Yes, sorry about that. It starts at 11 a.m. And actually at 11 there's going to be a U.S. naturalization ceremony. So there will be people there who will be getting sworn in as U.S. citizens. That's going to be the kickoff, which is also a very awesome thing to witness. And so that will last until about noon. So the festival itself will go from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. and that's a Saturday. But if you want to see the swearing in ceremony, it does start at 11.
What Saturday is this again?
It's Saturday, October the 15th. Any other questions? And I'm sure Jamie will send you all the link for the Race Relations Forum, the High School Race Relations Forum. We will have high school students from each of the high schools in the Winston-Salem Forsyth County school system talking about the state of race relations at school and amongst their peers and so on. It's very interesting, very insightful. So again, I do encourage you all to join us on Zoom that evening. In the past, we've actually had CAB to help to co-facilitate the discussion. So anyway, we can talk more about that. And if you have additional questions, you can feel free to ask those now, or you can always email us.
Okay. I think I have all of this down. Currently, secretary, nobody's interested in secretary. This happens every year for every board and commission. So we'll come back to that last.
I would say don't be afraid of it. The meeting minutes are not that bad. And once you get the format and you see it, it's really not that bad. It's just finding time in your schedule to type it up and send it on.
Thank you, Kelly. Wanda, do you want to start with chair and then go from there?
Sure, Jamie, whatever you'd like to do.
Okay. So we can start with chair, which we do have 3 people interested in chair. And please tell me if I read this wrong, but I have Summer, Nathan, and Kelly all interested in chair. Is that correct?
Yes, it is.
Did we lose? No, there's Nathan. Is that correct, Nathan? Yes. Okay.
Yes, correct.
So what we can do is a very quick, what we normally do with this is just give like a very quick why you would like to be chair and what you would commit, to the group by being chair. So we'll start with Nathan because he's first on my screen.
Could you repeat like what you wanted to?
Sure. If you can let us know why you want to be the chair and what you would commit to doing, you know, like participation and everything, why you want to be chair. And you'd be the best.
I just think that I've always struggled with like social anxiety and like not having a voice and always kind of being that person in the backseat. And so I kind of want to step out of my comfort zone and have a position of leadership that will help me push out of my comfort zone.
Thank you. Next on my screen, I have Miss Summer Brown.
So I would like to be chair because I do have a lot of leadership experience. I am very active here at Winston. I'm a part of our Senate here, so it's right under SGA. So, you know, we handle Constitution things and making sure the student body does get information. I was the public relations chair. It was a subcommittee of the Senate. So I was the public relations chair. Aside from that, I'm trying to think about like the most important things that I knew to talk about. I am also a RA here. So I do work a lot with our residents, making sure everybody has everything that they need, and just building relationships and building connections is really the biggest thing that I'm actually very good at. Very passionate about leadership, advocacy, mentorship. And I would love to see exactly what the College Advisory Board can do, especially here in Winston-Salem. So I think one of the major things I would focus on is making sure that we are out there, you know, people know who we are, and not necessarily just the city of Winston-Salem, but I feel like a lot of our college campuses don't really know exactly what it is. So making sure that at least here at Winston, for sure, I'll use them as an example because that's my school, but using Winston-Salem State to make sure that we're involved with them and seeing exactly how we could supplement each school.
Thank you. And Miss Kelly Morrison?
I would like to be the chair. I have the prior year's experience. I would like to see us grow and do more than what we were able to do last year. I am committed to being a part of this for the entire year, and I would like to see everyone else be committed to it. I think Summer brings a lot of great points. We really need to become a part of the community and use our leadership skills to guide this team to be the best it can possibly be.
Thank you. Okay, so now we're going to ask you all to take just a second here and think about who you'd like to vote for. And in your chat, if you can private direct message, however it says there, send your vote to me, and then I will tally it up.
Do we send votes as well?
Yes, I was just about to say everybody votes, even if you are one of the three running. Okay, I have 7 votes. So I do have that Summer Brown will be the chair for this year. So
thanks, guys.
Congratulations, Summer. And now we're going to look at vice chair. And we have Sid and Kelly. Now, please let me know if I forgot anybody else interested in vice chair. Okay. So, Miss Kelly Morrison, would you like to go ahead and speak for vice chair?
Oh, I will concede to Sid.
Oh. Sid?
And if you'll have me, I'll stay your secretary.
Oh. Well, Wanda?
You're funny, Jamie. I think that what
Thank
we
you.
can do is have the college advisory board to take his very first vote. And Summer, I'm helping you out now. But what we're going to do is ask the college advisory board to take his very first vote. And for everyone who is in favor of having Sid as vice chair and Kelly as secretary, to either say aye or nay. Okay, and you have to, what you do is you call on each individual member, and everyone has to come on and say aye or nay. And then, of course, if the ayes are the majority, then it passes.
And Wanda, I apologize. We did not do that vote for Summer. So should we just add Summer into that as well in that motion?
Yes, we can. Yes, we can. So it will be for all of the college advisory board officers, okay? So we'll have Summer, Sid, and Kelly. So we need someone to make that motion. We loosely follow Robert's rules. We don't get it always perfectly, but that's our model. But anyway, this is a kind of a different circumstance tonight because of the way we're doing it. But can somebody make a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Okay, you have to state the motion, please.
I move that we accept Summer as chair of the CAB, Sid as vice chair, and Kelly as secretary of CAB.
I second that.
Thank you. Okay. I'm
Joseph?
impressed. Thank you, Joseph.
I accept the motion.
Okay. So we second.
You want me to do the roll call?
Yeah. So we have a second. So what we're going to do now is the roll call vote. So Kelly, are you volunteering to do that? Because you're not secretary yet. But even though when you're secretary, you know the deal with all of this anyway.
I had already offered to do the minutes for today anyway, so.
Okay, awesome.
Summer Brown, yay or nay?
Yay.
Nathan Huang,
Yay.
Asia Melton,
Yay.
Joseph Cox,
Yeah.
Osir Black,
Yay.
and Sid Subramanian.
Yeah.
Motion carries.
Awesome. Congratulations, CAB. That was unanimous. So you have your officers. Congratulations. And so now, Jamie, you all are, I know you probably have a count for the committees. Do you have that?
Yes. Okay. So public relations is, I just have Nathan. Does that sound right? I had Nathan and Sid, but now Sid is vice chair. So we will say Nathan. I didn't have anybody else for public relations. Okay. So moving on to government relations, I have Joseph and is it Osir?
Yes, it's Osir.
Okay. So if you all want to take a moment to introduce yourself and why you would like to be the chair of the government relations.
Whoever would like to go first.
I'll start up. Well, as stated before, I am Joseph Cox, a senior political science major and Spanish minor here at Winston-Salem State University, and I currently serve as the SGA Attorney General. I believe that I'm probably one of the best fit for this position, specifically because I have a lot of experience working with student conduct and community standards and civility as the SGA Attorney General. And also, I used to be a resident advisor as well. So I have a lot of experience working with student conduct community. And this is what we do often, not only just for like SGA and RA, but in other organizations that I participate as well. Known for community outreach, do pretty well with that. I'm pretty well known on my college campus, and I'm looking forward to expanding here in the city of Winston-Salem.
Thank you. And Miss Osir. Mr., not Miss, sorry.
You're good. Also, I apologize for my camera not being on. I am now driving. My dad was driving before. But My name, like I said, like I said before, my name is Osir Black. I am an early college student at Forsyth Tech. I feel like I am best for this role because I do serve on the SGA board there. I am a representative member there, but I am over my own committee there, which is over our service and volunteerism. I also work closely with our student council at early college. So I feel like, and being able and going to different council meetings already on the Forsyth Tech board. I've been to, if not one, then two council meetings for Winston-Salem, for the Winston-Salem board. So I feel like I have the necessary experience needed for this position. I'll just be stepping into a different branch, with it being the college advisory board, and dealing with colleges in general. Thank you.
All right. So once again, if you can send me the direct message to vote between Mr. Joseph Cox and Osir Black. Looks like I got to count these again. 1, 2. Okay. It looks like Osir Black is the government chair for this year. And our last committee is community relations. And I have down Asia and Joseph. If there was somebody else, please let me know. And if Miss Asia would like to go first to introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Asia. I aspire to be chair for community relations, being that I'm a very open person. I am also a part of our SGA Senate alongside Summer. Last year, I served on the Senate as our chair for Business and Finance Committee. So I'm kind of familiar with having that position of a chair position. And I also would like to contribute my ideas to better our community in Winston-Salem.
And Mr. Cox.
Well, I mean, same thing, pretty much. Former resident advisor, SGA Attorney General here. I work with student conduct and civility standards as well. So I feel like I have a lot of experience working with community outreach, especially with like former organizations that I participated in, talking about since middle school. So I feel like that's a great area for me. And also, like the organizations that I'm in here on campus, we also do a lot of community service events, whereas then we participate in the community, whether it's on or off campus.
Thank you. All right. Once again, we're going to vote. You all were on at that time. I think I'm missing one person. There we go. All right. So Joseph, we have you as the chair for community relations. So I'm going to say this and then somebody can just maybe say they make a motion and repeat what I say. But we have public relations, we have Nathan, government relations, Osir, and community relations, Joseph.
Motion to accept. I'd like to make a motion to accept Nathan as our public relations chair, Osir as our government relations chair, and Joseph as our community Relations Chair.
I second that motion.
Deja.
I second the motion. Sorry.
Okay. And I will do the roll call. Summer Brown,
Yay.
Nathan,
Yay.
Asia,
Yay.
Joseph,
Yeah.
Osir,
Yay.
and Sid.
Yeah.
And the motion carries.
All right. So
And
you
I'm
have all
sorry,
your-
but I have another meeting at 5 o'clock and I'm going to have to drop. I just wanted to do that part.
That's okay, because we're ending the meeting now. And so actually, some people say that we do roll call to adjourn. Others say, oh, no, you don't have to do roll call to adjourn. But so in the interest of time, and because our secretary has to go, we are going to ask our chair to please adjourn the meeting. If no one has any other business or questions. Jamie, did you have something?
Yes, I just want to make sure that this time works. We will go ahead and meet at the same time in October if this works for everybody. I know that the other representative from Wake Forest is not able to be here at this time, but she is willing to still stay active. She'll keep up with the minutes and watching the videos, and if this is the best time for everybody.
Yeah, this time works for me.
Yes, this
Same.
time works for me as well.
Me as well.
Me too.
So Jamie, the next meeting is
October 25th at 4 o'clock.
But
And
let
I
us
will
hear from you before then, because we do want you to, of course, come to International Village and of course, come to the High School Race Relations Forum on Thursday via Zoom.
And
Jamie
you
will
did
send
get
the
my,
link. Pardon?
I'm sorry, I had said that I would come to International Village.
Awesome. I think Jamie's going to follow up with everybody via email so that we can make sure that we're expecting you all, and we'll have shirts for you and all of that, okay? All right, everyone. Thank you for a phenomenal first meeting and orientation. Please don't hesitate to reach out and make sure you respond to emails. That's the primary way the city reaches out to advisory boards, is via email. So we need you to check your emails consistently and respond. Okay? All right, everybody, have a good evening. Thank you.
Have a good one.